Now, other things that these machines can do. This machine was designed so that you can step cut arcs. And there is a curved template around here. But I can make let's say I'm doing a center island that has a curved end on it. I can make a plywood sample of that for the homeowner and show the homeowner how much, hangover, how much it's going to overhang the surface. And so, this is a small island, but anyway, I wanted to find out how tight of a radius I could cut with this tool. And so with these flange wheels on the surface, first I'll wet the surface. I'll just take the saw and it'll dribble water on it, and it'll rob the wheels from traction on the surface. And so by just holding this thing on there, I'll just drive the blade about 1/8 of an inch. I'll put my hand here and I'll just shove this thing against it. I'll come back and dive again. I'll make about 5-6 passes and I'll get a perfect round. Now, if you don't want to make a template, because templates are a pain, I put this feature on the back side. And you can see where this is going. I take these 2 flange wheels off and I protect the stone, and I can roll the machine on the stone. I can put a focal point or a center of this like a compass. And now this thing could be 20 feet long. And when you get the owner's manual, it has the math formula saying that I have a distance this far between 2 walls, or end to end of the countertop. And some people call it a height, some people call it a rise. Let's say I have a rise of 8 inches and I have 98-inch length. There's a formula for you to have a radius so that you can just take a tape measure off the blade, put a screw down. Now if you're on another table, I designed it so that this thing has so it doesn't really have to be at the same elevation, surface to surface. You can use a forklift and a pallet as your focal point. Just something that won't move if it becomes 20 feet long. So this is, this does that kind of work. Choppers also, people use them to do L-shaped tops. If they're digging out an L and they have to get that remnant out, they make themselves an L-shaped plywood template and they'll just dig out that corner. And it beats the risk of taking an angle grinder, freehand with a cup wheel or a contour blade trying to chase out an inside corner. So that's that aspect. This has the also ability, if you go to Home Depot, pick up a PVC trim and take a table saw and cut a kerf in it, you now have the ability to capture these flange wheels. And so now you have it's more of a portable rail saw than anything. But if you had it something more rigid, the PVC is going to have a little more flex. It just gets you, if you wanted a job site rail saw or something like that. I do have a customer that they made aluminum rails and they just think this thing's the coolest thing ever. So the beauty about this thing over a worm drive Makita or a skill saw is that you have this locking switch. So if you're out of position, you don't have to hold the trigger or take a spring clamp and hold the trigger. The other thing is this thing runs at 6,000 RPMs, and with an 8-inch blade, that's a better match than a woodworking saw carrying an 8-inch or 7-inch blade. And when you're grinding, the RPMs, the surface feet per minute of the perimeter rim, is the most important thing. I mean, that's what creates speed in this sense. You got to remember you're removing material. People have a woodworking mindset that the number of teeth can bind you up like if you're ripping. But in the grinding industry, the faster the blade's going, the faster the debris is getting out of the kerf, the faster you're moving.